Sometimes all it takes is a single moment to redefine an entire journey. Joel Embiid, an NBA MVP, a dominant force on the court, faced an unexpected challenge at the Paris Olympics. Booed by fans, criticized by his own peers, and doubted by those who once cheered him on, it seemed like the world had turned its back on him. But what if I told you that a single encounter, a few words from a legendary figure, flipped the script and set the stage for one of the most dramatic turnarounds in Olympic history? This is the story of how Joel Embiid's redemption arc began with a chance meeting with NFL legend Tom Brady. As the Paris Olympics unfolded, Joel Embiid found himself under the harsh spotlight of scrutiny. Every missed shot, every slow step was met with jeers, not just from the Parisians in the stands, but also from voices within the NBA fraternity. The pressure was mounting, and it seemed like Embiid was spiraling, his once dominant presence on the court reduced to a shadow of its former self. But then, something changed. It wasn't during the games, not even during a practice session. It was a brief, almost fleeting moment that occurred off the court, at the Team USA house in Paris. As the team prepared for their quarter-final matchup against Brazil, they received a special visitor, Tom Brady, the NFL legend known for his unyielding will to win. Brady made his rounds, meeting with several athletes, but when he got to Joel Embiid, something unusual happened. With a firm handshake and a side hug, Brady leaned in and quietly asked Embiid, "What you doing out here?" It was a question laced with meaning, a subtle challenge from one champion to another. Was it a critique? A wake-up call? Whatever it was, it seemed to ignite something deep within Embiid. From that moment on, the Embiid we knew, the Embiid who had earned the title of NBA MVP, began to re-emerge. In the quarterfinal against Brazil, he didn't just play, he dominated. Scoring 14 points, grabbing 7 rebounds, and dishing out an assist in just 12 minutes, he was suddenly a force to be reckoned with again. It was as if the boos and criticism had been silenced by that single encounter. And the momentum didn't stop there. In the semifinal against Serbia, Embiid was on fire, dropping 19 points, pulling down 4 rebounds, and handing out 2 assists. But it wasn't just his offense that shone. He took on the daunting task of shutting down Nikola Jokic, holding him to just 17 points. For a man who had been written off just days before, this was nothing short of a resurrection. Even in the final performance, falling short of the towering expectations placed upon him. But then, just when the odds seemed stacked against him, something changed, a pivotal moment that would alter the course of his Olympic journey. It was the eve of Team USA's quarter-final match against Brazil. The atmosphere in the Team USA house was tense, the weight of the upcoming games heavy on everyone's shoulders. And then, in walked Tom Brady, a 7-time Super Bowl champion, a living legend in the world of sports. Brady had come to Paris to support his fellow athletes, to share words of wisdom, and to offer encouragement. But as he made his rounds, greeting stars like LeBron James, Jason Tatum, and Anthony Davis, it was his brief exchange with Joel Embiid that stood out. And while the final against France wasn't his most prolific, with Embiid scoring just 4 points, his contributions throughout the tournament had already solidified his impact. His turnaround wasn't just about stats, it was about resilience, grit, and the ability to rise when it mattered most.